Welcome back to Pod Podcast. I'm your host, Khaled Ali. Uh, Big thank you to the CBC Crown Corporation for bringing you today's episode. It is currently 11 o'clock, more like 11 o'clock, am I right? Zinger! That was a good one, guys. Okay, so in today's podcast, I don't really have any topics. I think I'm just gonna wing this one. Just got done editing a big video, so make sure you guys check that out. Uh, find it on your own accord. I'm not gonna link it or anything like that. But if you come across it and you hear my voice in it, just know that's what I just finished editing. So it's quite fun. It won't be to this channel either. It'll be to another channel that whatever. Find it if you want, or if you run across it and notice it, and you've seen this. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool, man. Uh, Jamaican patois. I've been hearing a lot about this. These guys. I'm not sure where that language kind of originated from. I hear it's kind of a mixture of the English language with the African languages that were brought over by the slaves to that island. But who knows how true that is? Obviously, what else could it be, right? So obviously it's true. I don't know why I said it. Who knows how true that is? But you know what I mean. Like it's still English. It's just kind of perhaps altered to be in the grammatical structure that the African languages they brought over were. Since that would make more sense to them. It's like when you try learning a new language, it's always the grammar that's always the most fucked up part of it. Like, have you? I tried to learn French, and it's always like if you directly translate French to English, it's like you don't say, "Oh, hi there." You come to the store very often. It's like, "There, hi." Store come you often? Like you're talking like Yoda the whole time. It doesn't feel natural. So it would make sense if that's what's going on with Jamaican patois. Uh, because they're like, me gon' grab the pum pum. Me nyam the pum pum. Seen? Shit like that. They don't nyam the pum pum though in Jamaica. So that was a mistranslation, I guess, because no Jamaican man in history has ever said me nyam the pum pum. Just wouldn't make sense, man. That's crazy. I'm trying real hard not to have dead air on this, but it gives me no time to think, and I'm not the greatest at thinking while talking, and just saying that now has made my mind go completely blank. Speaking of, my mind goes blank. I forget his name. DJ Screw. I mean, what more can I say about that guy? Big round of applause for DJ Screw out of Houston. Pretty cool guy. Good music. I don't know if he made his own music ever. He did a lot of remixes, chopped and screwed up some fucking songs, made them into bangers. Um, I'd imagine. I think he got the original rappers on a lot of the songs that he was chopping and screwing, and like just said, yeah, re-record these fucking lyrics, these vocals for me, because I got a beat for you, man. I'm fairly certain that's what he was doing. Because if you listen, like, my mind goes blank. If you listen to the original version by Point Blank, it's incredible. Even the lyrics are different. Like they're slightly they're like altered in DJ Screw's version. Big R.I.P. to DJ Screw. Yeah, man. I've been thinking about death. Speaking of R.I.P., Death is kind of a crazy concept. Uh, you know, like what happens? Who knows? You can't really know. Um, I was thinking this is more of like uh, because people talk about Pascal's wager quite a bit, and I was thinking the other day, what if you flipped Pascal's wager? If you're not familiar with Pascal's wager, it's the idea that um, either there is a God and an afterlife, or there isn't. We don't know which one of those things are true, but one of those things are objectively true. It has to be one or the other, right? So Pascal's wager is if one of them is true, I might as well live my life uh, living the way that there is a God and an afterlife. Because if I don't live righteously or whatever, then, I'll be damned for all of eternity. So that's a pretty heavy price to pay just for being wrong. So I might as well live righteously and act accordingly as if there is a God. Even like it doesn't matter my belief, I might as well just live that way. But I was thinking, rather than being so doom and gloom about it, what if you took more of a philosophical approach and thought like, well, one of those is true, but if there isn't an afterlife, nothing happens. And if you are somebody who is naturally very curious and you want to kind of know the answer to that question, and you want to know pretty much anything, the answer to any other possible question, or the answers to questions you might not have thought about yet, you would want there to be an afterlife. You would want those questions answered. If there is an afterlife, then that question's answered for you. So if you want to be a little more optimistic and think, well, I really hope I do get the answer to that question, then you kind of have to believe in a God and an afterlife. And then Pascal's wagers comes into that, like, oh, well, if I want that to be true, then I also have to live accordingly. Because if that isn't the truth, and there not being an afterlife is what the truth is, you will never find out the answer. You'll just die, and you'll never figure it out. Which I guess you won't care at that point, but you can still hold out hope that, you will be able to figure out the life's greatest question at some point. And the only way you can figure out the answer to life's biggest question is if one of those answers is the truth, being that God does exist and there is an afterlife. Uh, yeah, man, that's kind of all I have on that topic. So I'm not sure where to go from here. There's a lot of I don't know. I'm not too big into philosophy. I see philosophy as kind of like a trend on TikTok now. These philosophy majors putting their degrees to good use by just posting TikToks about it because they can't get a job, and the TikToks actually they do fairly well, but nothing you can make like a real living at just on TikTok revenue. But yeah, that's kind of all they're gonna be able to use those degrees for. It's kind of it's one of those things, man. You really want to pursue what you love and study what you love studying, but like you're fucking yourself at the same time because you're not going to get a job doing that and you've just wasted $40,000 studying it. But you had a hell of a time doing it, didn't you? But at the same time, if you pick something you don't like, you're also fucking yourself because, you're just going to end up in a job you don't like. You're going to be fucking, your entire life's going to be all about countdowns at that point. Countdown to lunchtime when I get my hour break. Okay, that's done. Countdown to after work is done, so I can have some free time. Ah, fuck, that went by real quickly. Let's do it again. Countdown to the weekend when I can have some more free time. Ah, shit, the weekend flew by. Countdown to when I get holidays. Yeah, when I get my 2 weeks of holidays, which are not usually spent congruently. You usually space them out, but let's say a week. My week of holidays. Countdown of that. All right, well, that kind of took a long time. Countdown to when I retire. Let's go. Let's count down till 40 years from now when my life is fucking over. That's what I'm fucking holding out for. So, it's, you're fucking yourself either way. Unless you can find something that you really love that you, can get paid to do. That's a dream world. I'm not sure if anybody's able to do that really. I feel like once you're paid to do something and it becomes a job, you're not gonna love it anymore. Like if it's your job, you have to do it. That's the funny thing about human nature. Once you feel like you have to do something, you really don't want to do it anymore. That spans across everything, man. Pretty much everything. Um, yeah. Yeah. 15 minutes cannot come by fast enough, man. I'm almost at 12 minutes and I've ran out of stuff to talk about. So I'm padding my room, just looking at different shit, thinking like, oh, can I talk? Let's see this clock. Can I talk about this clock? Yeah, I don't know how people do it, man. There's people, they just fucking have topics ready to go in their mind. They got shit on their chest. They got some things on their chest that they gotta get off. You know, uh, I don't. I don't really like to talk, but I think this is gonna help me. And it doesn't help that I still have my fucking air conditioners in my window, so everybody outside can hear me. So I have to fucking whisper into my phone. That's a real fun thing to have to deal with, because this is embarrassing, to be completely honest. Um, but yeah, man. Uh, I've been looking into this Israel Palestine conflict, and all I can say, I don't know, man. Stop the fighting. That's all I can say. Stop the fighting. Give me my kebab. I don't know, man. That was gay. That was a bad joke. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. I'm going crazy. Uh, yeah, man. Speaking about fucking yourself over, uh, yeah, I feel like for 20 years I've just been setting myself up to just be fucked repeatedly, and not in a good way, man. Not in a nice way. Yeah, no. If it was literal, it would be pretty dope, but it's not literal. It's figurative and it's terrifying. Yeah, just getting fucked repeatedly. Metaphorically fucked, which is the worst part. I can't even, you know, if I set myself up to get literally fucked as much as I set myself up to get metaphorically fucked, I'd be having a pretty nice fucking time right now, man. It's crazy. Yeah, like 20 years, man. Just been fucking myself over in the long run. I don't know. I guess I'm just an impulsive person, which is a general theme in my life. I'm very impulsive. I'm impulsive to the point I question if I have free will. Like, I'll be like somewhere and I got a ride from someone else, and they're my ride. And it's like, okay, it's time to leave. They're like, yeah, let's leave. Okay. I go up, I put my shoes on, I'm waiting at the door for them. And they're like, okay, 1 minute, I gotta go do something. And they go do it, and it's taking too long. I'll feel like, oh, I need to fucking leave right now. And I just get up and I fucking go. Like, you know, it's like such an irritation to have to wait at that point because my entire being in that moment is focused on leaving. That's the main objective. And now there is an impediment to my main fucking objective of leaving. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I gotta leave right now. So I just get out the fucking door and walk home. Then I gotta text them like, oh, yeah, somebody, my cousin was in the neighborhood, so I just got to ride with him so I could fucking talk with him and shit, just so I don't seem like an impatient asshole. Just, saving face so they don't realize I'm the impatient asshole that I am. But, maybe we'll get into that in tomorrow's podcast because it's been almost 16 minutes, so I'm done.